Welcome to the first recording of the Life at Secure podcast. My name is Justin. Just quick little intro. I'm one of the directors here. I've been here about 10 years. I think the purpose of this is Secure's got a lot of people that have been here a long time that have all different stories of how they ended up here, reasons why they're still here after a long time. And we thought it'd be really cool for people to kind of hear some of those stories and meet some of the people that are part of the family. So we have our first guest this week. It's Thomas.
Hello.
Hello. Thomas has actually been here probably about as long as I have, maybe a little bit shorter. Yeah, 8 years. And how did that happen? We're just going to jump right in, honestly. You can kind of tell us how you started here.
How did I start here? I moved here from Vancouver to Montreal, and I looked for jobs in the industry I previously worked in, which was an art gallery and in some retail. Couldn't find anything really that fit, and I looked up English speaking sales job, clicked on the first link, and was like, you know what, I'll work there for a week, maybe 2 weeks till I find something. Fell in love, and that was 8 years ago. And crazy. Yeah.
I think that's a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people kind of come across this place by accident and then think it's just going to be a passing through. And then all of a sudden you're here a decade.
Yeah.
And they're kind of wondering how it happened.
No way. Yeah, it's good. And then they fall in love with the people, fall in love with the culture.
Yeah, cool.
Fall in love with the paychecks.
Yeah, for sure. Big part of it for all of us. So like obviously falling in love with the people. Now, what were some of the things that made you fall in love with it? Like, why are you still here?
Well, not to toot your horn, but you were my boss, or my first real boss. I started lead gen. I don't think you were managing the lead gen though. You were kind of managing the floor and
I was doing a little bit of everything at the beginning.
but you always helped me. You were always my biggest cheerleader. You helped me get the closing position when I moved to closer. You helped me become a manager when I became a manager. When I wanted to move up in the company, you let me go, which was really nice. And I came over here to the closing side. So management was really amazing, really supporting. You also used to hand me $20 bills all the time when I hit my targets, got those bonuses. So cash in hand always helped. But yeah, I think you were a huge reason that I stayed here in the beginning, and then I met my new boss and I loved her. So
Yeah, cool. I appreciate that. You don't hear that stuff often, right? So I guess being in this setting, you kind of learn a couple new things, even for me, who's been here a long time, right?
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think a big part of me having that kind of approach with the people that I manage is because they had that with me. That was kind of my thing too, right? Like I came in here, I didn't really expect it to be much. I had no background in this at all, right? Like most people, like I actually applied here accidentally. Like I was looking for kitchen jobs. Like I went to culinary school. I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't come in here expecting this to be a thing.
Yeah.
And then people they were the same with me. Like when I wanted to move up, they made it very clear that that's what this company's built on. And if you kind of follow the things that they ask you to do, then the path is there. And it was absolutely true. So yeah, I guess we're kind of in the same boat, and we've always been friends for a long time. And obviously nobody knows that if they're not part of the company, but I think a lot of people here kind of like that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of companies probably come out and give the family line. It's a little bit cliche, but it really is like that here, right?
Yeah, but I mean, we're all friends here, which is really nice. And if there's a day we can, separate the friendship and the job, but it's good to work with friends.
Yeah, for sure. I think people see it too, right? Like a Life at Secure, Instagram, like a lot of people look at it and think, oh, it's just funny videos, but it really is like that here. Like it real, like a lot of those stupid little games of funny stuff they see people doing, it really is like that here.
It's funny because the characters kind of match up with the characters here.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So like, tell me a little bit, like, what has this job done? Like, what has it allowed you to do in your life? Like we talked about the money, obviously good paying jobs are important, but we're like, obviously you start at a certain point. So
I was working 80 hours a week in Vancouver, so I was just like nonstop. I'd start work at like 10 o'clock, and then I would finish at 4 a.m. some days. So it was just like, it was so much work. And here I'm able to just work 9 to 5, same people. It's really reliable. It's if on the weekends, I'm not getting called into work because no one works on weekends. We all work at the same hours. You get to work in a group setting, and I love working with people, but a lot of the job is, on yourself. So It's kind of the perfect life work balance.
Yeah,
Actually, it's something
totally
that's
agree with that.
really, really important to me. I can walk away at 5 o'clock, know I did a good job, and I don't have to think about it until 9 a.m. when I log in.
Yeah.
Um, what was the question? Shoot, I say
Blank. I was like, just like, is there, like, I know for myself, like, again, I was working in kitchens before, doing a lot of viewer doors. Say your terrible hours, nights, weekends, not very good money. And I thought that was kind of the box that I was put in no matter where I went.
Yeah.
And when I came here, I had a newborn. Like, I'm at the point now that I've, like, they didn't promise me advancement, but like I said, they kind of told me, hey, if you do these things, you'll have a good shot at moving up in the company because they're so big on that here. And I think, like, when I look at where I was when I got to Secure and where I am now, I owe a lot to this place. Like, I have 2 kids now. They do a hell of a lot more things that I was able to do at their age. Like, they have a better life than I had at their age because I'm able to provide that stuff, and it's a lot of it has to do with here. So I guess I'm just wondering, where were you when you got here? Like, obviously you worked a certain job, but like, what has this allowed you to kind of gain in your life?
Well, it's definitely helped with my shopping addiction because
Your $5,000 shares.
and it helps with my mid-century modern collection. I have some pretty nice handbags now. Um, Great shoes. I have a beautiful dog. I never thought I'd be able to, own a dog. It's a lot of responsibility, a lot of money, but
For sure, it takes a lot of time to.
yeah, I've got a beautiful apartment. I go on holidays every year. I get 3 weeks, which is amazing. I just came back from Mexico City, which is super fun. But yeah, I get to be an adult with adult money, which is something a lot of people don't get to do. They work in kitchens. They don't get the kind of money that we make here.
Yeah, for sure. I think like like I said, I had a lot of the same stuff, right? Like, I think that was a big thing for me was, again, like having kids. Like, when growing up, like my dad was a teacher, like my mom didn't work, and I have 3 brothers. Like, our house was just a disaster, and like I specifically remember times where we didn't have a whole lot.
Yeah.
So I remember when I first started getting those like high paychecks here, like even before I was managing, like when I was in the sales roles, I was doing really well, and I started seeing those paychecks, and it was like another planet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, I honestly didn't know what to do with it. It was crazy.
Well, I didn't realize you got paid weekly, and I was like, damn, this is a good paycheck.
It's such a small thing.
And then the next Friday came, and I was like, shoot, they made a mistake here. They're paying me again.
Yeah.
And then I realized they just pay well every single week. So
Yeah.
that's also one of my favorite parts is
Yeah.
getting that paycheck every single.
I have 2 interviews today. And both of them, when they asked, like, dude, when do we get paid? And I was like, oh, it's weekly. And they were like, oh, really? Like,
Yeah.
you forget how many companies
Yeah.
don't do that and how it's such a simple thing. And I think, like, I don't know what but I think we're even doing like daily pay now
Yeah.
to an extent.
Just launched as on my computer.
Yeah. I think we're offering the ability for people to get paid daily if they want to, which is, I've never heard of that anywhere.
I usually eat once a month, so I have to like budget. It was like, well, the first like rich for the next 3 weeks. I'm eating pasta.
Like, I remember when I first had my daughter, I was working in a senior home in the kitchen, and I was making, I think, like $11 an hour and like paying rent. Like, I honestly, my wife and I talk about it all the time, and I have no idea how we managed it. Because then I look like where we are now, and it's such a far homeowner. Yeah, it's crazy. It's such a far off place than like where I am now, right? So
Yeah, totally.
yeah, cool.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's nice though.
It is nice. Yeah. First time I ever had to do a podcast about my job.
True. Yeah, I don't. People usually when I start talking about my job, they're like credit card processing. Next.
I think it's cool. Like, it's cool. You see a lot of places try to do the social media thing, and they show videos, or they try to, they put out ads about all the cool stuff at their company.
Yeah.
But I think this actually allows someone to see the people behind the videos, and that, like, this isn't just it's not just like viewer facing, right? Like, it's not just a show. Like, this is actually what this place is like. So
Yeah, and I mean, I've known you the longest years, so
yeah, you're one of them for sure. Yeah. Been a lot of faces over the years that, like, and that's the crazy thing too, right? A lot of the people that I started with 10 years ago are still here.
yeah. Well, I mean, Stefan, the manager of CS, we were literally in the same training class together. Like, It's so funny because we both became managers, different departments, but I'd done pretty much every sales job. He did every CS job. So
Yeah, I'm having, and it's funny, like, to see the growth of everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I'm having meetings now at a like director level meetings with people that I was in training meetings with to learn how to be an entry level salesperson.
exactly.
And now we're sitting in meetings together trying to figure out strategies for the company, and it's very cool to see how much the company invests in people to help build it as it moves forward, right? It's not they're not just blowing smoke. Like, it's a real thing. So
Yeah. And I mean, in the same vein, like watching people like who I like Mike Leger and Mika, like I saw them when they first started dating, and then, like they bought a house together now, and
yeah.
I'm sure they're gonna have kids any day, but watching people grow their families and
Yeah, I think that happens a lot too. Like you mentioned, you're from Vancouver, right? Like I'm from here, born and raised. But you coming in from out of province, or somebody else coming in from out of province, you come here with almost nobody.
Yeah.
So most of your relationships get built where you're spending 80% of your time.
absolutely.
Right. So it's cool to see that those relationships are still going and that you guys have kind of honed in on them while you've been here.
Totally. Company events.
That's, oh boy. I feel like we're known for those.
Yeah. I've been to every single Christmas party and every single summer party since I started.
Yeah, same.
And I was so scared to go to the Christmas party because I was like, uh-oh, corporate Christmas party. I got home at 9 p.m. I went at 7. I got home at 9 p.m., thought it was 3 o'clock in the morning. Checked my cell phone. I had like 10 missed calls from different people being like, where are you? I'm like, it's 3 a.m. I had to be home. Yeah, the drink tickets are plentiful.
Yeah, they are 100%. I remember one year, it was the barbecue, which I usually bring my kids,
Yeah.
and my wife. So it's a little bit tame. Like, I'll have a drink or two, end up home in a couple hours. But my wife was on vacation with my kids and her parents.
Yeah.
So they were gone for the week. Like, and my kids were very young, so like I hadn't gone out in, I don't know, months. And I remember getting to the barbecue, and I have all these people that I work with that, I'm like, well, I'm one of the only people my age at work with kids, and I'm kind of like, you know what I mean? The responsibility factor lowers a little bit.
Yeah.
I remember having like one or maybe 10 drinks too many, having to be put in a cab, getting me home. I had the same as you, maybe like 50 missed calls, like from people I've worked with the next day, wondering if I made it home okay. So I
I
mean,
mean, if someone in leadership doesn't get carried into a taxi, is it really a party or
that's
sure?
yeah, no, fair. I think that, but like we've had lots of like really fun.
Yeah. Do you remember when we rented out the entire island on Park Jean Drapeau?
Oh, that was my favorite.
Yeah. We have the like bull riding, face painting. I want to say a live band, but I don't think we had a live band. In my head, there was a live.
They held it at a bar. Was it last year that we held it at a bar that had a basketball court in the bar, like outside? It was like an outdoor bar.
Yeah, and that's when we had like the build around hot dogs.
Yeah, exactly. It had like a hot dog a mac and cheese station. It was really, really nice. And I remember I'm a big basketball guy, and I remember going to the back and seeing a court.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the greatest barbecue I've ever been to.
I prefer the I don't know if you remember someone's kid broke their arm at one. It was like it was in a park. I don't know which park it was. But it was my first barbecue as a closer. And I don't know, I like it better when it's just like more not in a restaurant, like where you can just kind of
Yeah, I like it a little simpler. Like,
yeah.
I want to feel like I'm going to my friend's barbecue.
Exactly. Yeah. I want some hot dogs.
Yeah.
Like the smell of charcoal. I want kids getting their face painted.
I definitely know that when we've been having discussions about the one coming up this year, we're trying to go back to a little bit.
Yeah. I got a little too fancy there for a second.
Yeah.
I mean, fancy's always nice.
I mean, you got a lot of people here that make a lot of money. So
Yeah.
it's easy to get kind of carried away with how successful everybody is and having it at a place like that.
Yeah.
It's still really fun, but I think plays a little bit into where we all came from, right? Like, we didn't start off like that, at least I didn't.
Yeah.
So I wasn't used to stuff like the Christmas parties. Like,
We rented out the entire I guess what's it called now? Like the Bean Theater?
yeah, but it was the Corona Theater. Like, this is an entire concert venue.
Yeah. Or we had DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah, I still tell people about that. Is there like, what are you even talking about?
Yeah. DJ Jazzy Jeff, Funkmaster Flex. I forget the other ones.
Yeah, yeah. Was it Fat Man Scoop?
Fat Man Scoop. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
True. Yeah, those were fun.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, I literally always look forward to them. It's like my favorite thing, which is so lame. Like, I love my work, Christmas party.
Yeah, I know. We sound so.
But they
But actually are a really good time. Yeah. Like I remember like one of my favorite memories, just a small thing, but it was my first year since I had been promoted to management. And I remembered walking up to the bar. It was maybe 2 a.m. Brian Tack was there.
okay.
And I hadn't ever said a word to Brian, and Brian just kind of looks at me. He goes, "Oh, you're in management now. I guess I can say hi."
Classic.
All right, yeah, classic Brian.
He's still
I'm sure we'll have an episode with Brian at some point. We'll be sure to rehash.
ragging, man.
Yeah. But yeah, no, for sure. There's been a ton of fun stuff. I specifically remember back in the old office when we were first getting started, the hot dog eating contest with Al, one of the owners, and Pat Bonacci on the floor.
It happened 1 week before I started, and one of my like all-time goals in life is to join a hot dog eating contest. Not win, but I feel like I get down like 36 easily.
I don't remember what the number was, but I'm pretty sure Pat won.
Yeah, well, yeah, he looks like. I asked my boss. She said no. I was like, "What do we do for charity?" But
No.
yeah, no hot dog eating.
Yeah, probably is.
Kind of a liability.
It 100% is a liability.
Yeah, it was great.
They did a race once. I remember one of the owners racing one of the HR reps. I think his name was Jesse.
Through the
They ran through the alley next to the office.
at the old office.
Yeah, and people were basically picking winners and losers, and I think you won bonus cash when you picked the winner. Yeah, I remember that was Jesse showing up in like short shorts and tall socks.
Somebody with some Nike.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah. Do you ever go to the casino nights, or is that just?
I did. I went to one, which is crazy, like just in its own right.
Yeah. Just thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's those.
Quick little just crazy question. If there's one person that works here that you could swap jobs with for a day, who would it be? Why? What about their job is it you'd be interested in seeing? There's obviously a lot of people with different roles.
I mean, I have two answers, I guess. I would love to go back to lead gen because I was so good at lead. Just for a day, like I see if I could still had that like spark of like whatever I was doing over there. Other than that, I think I'd want to swap with someone in customer service. I've done every single sales job in the company, but I've never done any customer service jobs. That's like one part of I have no idea about. Like I get their gist, but I'd love to just like,
Yeah,
day in the life of someone in customer service, how they work, what they do, because I know every other job. So
yeah, I think about that a lot actually. Like when obviously like I was on the sales track to become a closer.
Yeah.
Right. Like that was going to be where I was going for sure. And then Jeff London then actually come up to me and kind of beforehand being like, look, like there's an opening in management. You've expressed interest. So I kind of missed the chance to try it. I've always wondered, like, I always knew that I'd do really well at it, but I'd like the opportunity to go try it for a week.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
John my team.
Yeah. Well, teach me what I tell you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like I thought that would always be really interesting, especially after managing people for so long.
Yeah. I'm sure you've heard, what they think the closer is or what it actually is.
Yeah. Well, this is it. Right. So it'd be really cool to kind of go in there for a day. And, also I miss the sales part. Like managing is great. I'm happy like helping people get better and make money and all that. It's fantastic. But I do miss
The feeling.
I was good at it. And so, the adrenaline rush, the fighting, trying to hit your commission. I miss all that. And every day afterwards. Yeah. And absolutely. And you see people do it every day. So you definitely miss it a little bit more. So I think that would be really interesting to do, be a closer for a day.
Yeah.
So obviously there's probably a bunch of people seeing this because I can see how many followers we have on this. We all that don't work here.
Yeah.
If you were to give advice to somebody that was looking to get started at Sekure and you wanted them to have a successful path, like you and I have had, what's the advice that you would give them?
I think number one is just trust the process. It's hard coming into a company like ours where we have such a recipe, like there's lots of room for individuality, but you really have kind of fine-tuned everything. So just trust we know what we're doing,
Yeah, trust how the process.
Yeah.
I have that conversation with a lot of new people, especially if they come from like other industries. Like, not that sales experience doesn't translate, but like we've been doing this for so long, specifically this way.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've always thought was great is that all the managers here have done all the sales jobs really well, right? So you're right. Like you got to come in here with like a trusting mindset that we can help you get to where people helped us get, right? At the end of the day, like we're the proof of that happening. So
Yeah.
okay. So obviously we mentioned this a couple times, but Sekure is starting this new initiative, which honestly is one of the coolest things I've seen, is the ability to get paid daily.
That's, I mean, kind of
Right.
nice. Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, like a lot of people are coming here, like we're in Quebec, like there's a lot of people coming in that haven't been able to find jobs because maybe their French isn't great or they're in the process of learning.
Yeah. Or you just pay rent and then you are,
Or yeah, you know, whatever that.
grocery shopping.
Or again, like I know that I would like working in kitchens, you're not making good money and you come in, you start this new job and for your first week or two, you have nothing.
Yeah.
You got that first paycheck. So the idea that you can walk in and get your daily pay,
That's kind of insane.
right? Like it's a really, really cool thing. I think that people are really going to appreciate. It's really simple. They can just talk to their managers and kind of figure it out, but there's a way to walk away every day with money that you've already earned. And I think that helps somebody so much, especially if you're just starting with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
But even for those vets, right? Like
Yeah.
things are expensive, inflation and whatnot. Groceries are not cheap. I know that.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if I visited a couple of fun, to be fair. So I think it's a really cool thing that we're doing. And I know we're rolling that out. So next week it's just about, oh, wow. Yeah. I think Monday we're starting as things usually are here, right? An idea comes to light. We don't wait too long to get it out there. So yeah, super excited about that. I know a lot of people are, and I personally have not seen a lot of companies doing stuff like that, especially around here. So,
I literally got an email today about it, and I was like, I've never heard this.
yeah,
The only time is like if you work in a restaurant, you get tipped out, but like that's not. Yeah, it's a good
it's
initiative.
very outside the box. It's like a really cool thing to be able to tell people, like I work at a place that does that.
Yeah.
I can't see why you wouldn't want to apply something
Yeah.
like that, right? Cool. So thank you. First episode in the books.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure. Obviously, a lot of the stuff I already knew, but I think it's really cool for everybody else watching to kind of get a picture of what some of our people are like and how they got here. Obviously, we're going to try to do more of these. If you could follow us on Instagram at Life at Sekure, Sekure Careers also. If you guys are looking to apply, if you're looking for work right now, you could find us at sekurecareers.com. There's an easy way to apply to whatever position you're looking for. We're always willing to take new applicants. If any of the stuff that we talked about today interests you, I would definitely try to do that. It's a good decision for you, especially moving forward. And other than that, Thomas, thank you. And
It's always a pleasure. I'm just glad I got to talk to you.
we'll see you guys next week.